All right, guys, let's talk about gut healing. First thing, let's talk about the rules. There are 3 fundamental rules when we're healing our gut. Rule number 1, when you're healing your gut, don't talk about healing your gut. And I know you might think I'm making just a funny Fight Club reference, but I'm actually being sincere here. You would be shocked at how many people, when you tell them you're going on a health journey, want to bring you down. So I highly suggest that this is something you do with people that will support you, that you know are in your corner. Otherwise, keep it to yourself. Rule number 2, eat. This is a healing protocol, not a weight loss protocol. We are trying to give your gut the tools that it needs to heal and seal. This is supposed to be nourishing. Now, if you have excess weight, will you lose it doing this? Pretty much yes. I will also say though, if you don't have excess weight and you have gut problems, the first week that you're on this type of a protocol, you probably still will lose weight, and that's okay. You will gain it back as we add in more foods. And the third rule is perfection truly is the enemy, which is why I'm gonna go through this with you guys. Me, not being a chef, none of that. My background is in nutrition and the science, but not in the cooking. And so I want you guys to know that it is really simple and you can't screw it up. Just do it, and it's easy, and don't complicate things. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, well today what we're gonna work on is making meat stock, which is very different than bone broth. When we need to heal and seal the gut, we need to start with meat stock. And what I've learned is that a lot of my clients overthink it, and they spend too much time in the kitchen trying to make the meat stock, which is the base for the gut healing protocol. So let me walk you through what this is gonna look like. We've got some celery. It says 4, you can put in however many you want. You can cut it and chop it as small or as big as you want. Doesn't really matter because we're gonna strain it. So we're gonna put that in there. Then 4 carrots. You want 5 carrots? Fine, do 5 carrots. You want 6? Do 6. You want 3? Do 3. Again, don't overthink it. Also, doesn't matter too much how you chop it because we're gonna cook it down, strain it out. You may wanna save these carrots actually and use them for like a carrot ginger soup. But the point is that you can't mess it up and you can't do it wrong. I've already screwed up. What I probably should have done, now that I'm seeing this, is I should have put my chicken in there first. So you need a whole chicken, so I have space. Then thrown that in there. Okay, so we've got the carrots, we've got the celery, onion. I'm sure there is a proper and good technique for cutting an onion. I don't know it, and if you don't know it, that's okay, because we're just gonna do what we can. Again, perfection is the enemy here. This is all about just getting it done, and this process of prep, making this meat stock, really probably shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes at most. As you can see, I am butchering this onion. I'm sure a real chef is watching this right now, just probably come apart. But again, I don't care, because the whole point is that, ooh, this poor onion, is that we're just gonna get it done, okay? Because at the end of the day, my gut doesn't know whether I cut this onion perfectly or not. All it cares about is that it's gonna get the healing properties. And this is another one that we can cut. We don't have to do super fine or diced. Just get it however you want it, because we will also be straining this out as well. So throw the onion in there. So we've got the carrots, the celery, the onion, the chicken. So make sure you have a whole chicken, pasture raised, don't want it on antibiotic feed, all of that. If you can find a local farmer, that's ideal. So we have that. We're gonna throw in some peppercorns. Am I gonna measure them? No. Could you find a recipe and measure them? Yes. And you know what? I will put measurements on here for you guys. I just feel like you need that extra bit of guidance. So there's some peppercorns. Now, what I would also normally do is put in chicken feet, but because this is frozen solid and it's way too many feet, it's not gonna fit in the pan. But what I would normally do is probably put 5 or 6 of these also in the pan. Okay, so we've got that. And then, normally I would go to my sink and fill this up, but it won't fit in the video. And then we're just gonna fill this up to where everything is covered in water. By the way, this is a Dutch oven, so I put this in a Dutch oven, and you can order one of these off of Amazon. I'll put a link. But if you also have a crock pot, you can cook this in a crock pot. So one of the big differences between meat stock and bone broth is cook time. This I'm going to cook in my Dutch oven, in my oven, on 350 for about 3 to 4 hours. If I put it in a crock pot, then I'm gonna cook it for about 6 to 8 hours. Now, once this is all finished and cooked, I will strain everything out, take that meat. You can eat this meat during the healing process because it's very cooked. It's kind of pre-digested, so your gut usually does okay with it. So you want to pull that meat off the bone and set it aside so you can eat it, and then strain everything else out so that you can drink the stock. And this is what is healing and sealing the gut, is this stock. So if you're an adult, you want to be drinking about 5 cups a day minimum. And if you're a child, then you want to make sure you're doing about 3 cups a day minimum. Eat as much of this stock and as much of this meat as you would like. Again, this is not a hunger diet. This is a healing diet. One of the other things that is a little bit weird for people is when you're doing this, you are eating soup for the first couple of days, and then we progress for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So eat when you're hungry, don't overcomplicate. That was it. Get your stuff chopped, get it thrown in the pot, put it in the oven. That's all there is to it. And hopefully that gets you on your way to really, truly healing your gut and learning that food truly is medicine.